Shalom. My hotel. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm a very proud contributor right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated people just like you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the broadcast today. We're so pleased that you have joined us. Y'all, thank you for your patience and letting me take a quick pick. As you come in, a little bit of housekeeping. Come on in, giving us the thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. You can text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. Also, beloved, I want you to know that you can still catch my 2-hour intensive and life-changing entitled The Secret Money in Your Womb. You are blessed because you are able, if you were unable to attend, you are able to get the replay. It's available for you now in two ways. If you join my weekly mastermind, on Wednesday nights, I do a weekly mastermind and at clubvicky.com. If you go to clubvicky.com, you can get access and join my weekly mastermind for $1. They still have the special going, $1. You can get access to it from there. Also, if you want to skip that and just go straight to the mastermind because you want to get the replay, go to flynubianmastermind.com. That's flynubianmastermind.com. Hurry today. I'm going to talk to the staff because I'm only going to leave it up. Of course, none of it can be copied. None of it can be recorded. Otherwise, you're violating rights and so forth like that. And I know none of you would ever do that. But it's for a limited time only. It's so in demand. So many people wish that they had were able to be there live this past Saturday. You are blessed because you can still access it at, like I said, two ways. Go to clubvicky.com, join my weekly mastermind for $1, and you'll get access there. Or, beloved, if you go to flynubianmastermind.com. So come on in, thumbs up, like and share for our very brief war briefing. I mentioned yesterday that I needed to shorten my show because of an in-home appointment, but today it was rescheduled for today. So I need you to come on in so I can do this very brief war briefing. I wanted to talk to you about a story that I had mentioned sometime before, and I want to talk to you about its relevance today. Are you hearing me? I want to discuss a story. Very, very important things that I need to highlight from this story. Very, very important. But again, as you come in, please come in giving us the thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. Share, share, share. At the bottom of the screen, there's a share button. You can copy the share button link, and then you can paste it on some of the other social media platforms, okay? Would you do that? Thank you so very much. And I'll discuss with you why I'm revisiting certain elements of this story. And it actually might surprise you in terms of what I intend to highlight from this story. So very important. Come on in for today's very, very brief war briefing, beloved. Now, this fellow, this white supremacist that I discussed before, confronted and disrespected in open court this black woman who he had previously attacked and who was a witness. Are you hearing me? Previously. I want us to talk about something here, but I want you to listen for yourself, for those of you that are not familiar um, with the story. I want you to hear him. I'm sorry, for yourself. I want you to hear him for yourself. Having just a little bit of a tech issue here. Thank you for your patience. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. I'm going to prepare this link for you. Let me get to it. I'm going to read you this disclaimer very quickly because I want, for those of you that are not familiar with this story, I want you to be aware of it. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for purposes such as fair use, criticism, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-private educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right. Now, this is what I posted at the last minute today on my Instagram page. By the way, you can follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. At Vicky X Dillard. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard because there I'm posting stuff all the time, and also on Twitter. Now, this is what I posted a little bit ago. Some of you, I don't know if this looks familiar to some of you. Do you see that? Does this look familiar? Hopefully this is coming through. I don't know why it's looking kind of funny. Hopefully you all can see that. I'm going to keep right on moving on, even with this little tech issue here, family, because today's a very brief war briefing. Do you all see this? I don't know why it's looking like that. Okay. Anyway, it says, I titled this where it says, and this is a quote from this white supremacist. He said, "I should have killed you, B. White supremacist killer removed from court and does the unthinkable." Do you all remember me discussing this story? I did this definitely on another platform, and it went viral when I discussed this very briefly. But I want to discuss and highlight something about the white supremacist mind that I'm concerned that we may be forgetting. Sometimes when we're thinking about some of the most diabolical and satanic behaviors of our open enemy, sometimes we like to go back 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, right? And act like that lynching, was the only thing or was the worst thing. You know what I'm saying? We take it back far, far, far as if we're somehow, watch this, distant from the extraordinary danger of our open enemy who's still dominating in so many areas of society today. We like to think that somehow the threat has passed, right? Some folks think that the nature and the pattern of behavior, the satanic and diabolical pattern of behavior of members of the dominant society has somehow passed. We treat white supremacy as if it's manageable now. Somebody talk black to me. Are you all hearing me? We treat white supremacy as if it's somehow manageable and more tolerable. And I wanted to remind you of this story that took place not too long ago. The incident was like 2017 or so, but you all know how the courts take. A lot of it was delayed because of COVID. This man's trial. He's not even a man, but this male thing was delayed. And I discussed it before, but I want to remind you of certain elements of this story. Are you ready? Again, for today's very brief war briefing, thumbs up, like and share, family. So I want you to listen to a little bit of this article, and then I'm going to play you some of the clip, okay? Just to refresh your memory in case you have forgotten about it, and perhaps some of you haven't even heard the story at all. But I want you to look again at this picture that I posted. Do you all see that white supremacist there? This guy here, do you see him? And do you see this sister here, Demetria Hester? I'm going to talk about her very briefly. Thumbs up, family. On the count of three, for those of you that haven't, I'm pulling up the article now. For those of you that haven't, please hit that thumbs up button. We ask that you do that because it makes it more likely that others know that we're here and that the Vicky Show is live so that they can get their daily war briefing. All right? 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Like and share. Okay, I think I have it here. So I'm reading this piece that was written a few months ago, about 6 months ago, by Leah Simpson. And it says, I should have killed you, B. White supremacist is removed from court after he yells abuse at black woman he assaulted the day before stabbing to death 2 men on a train in Oregon. Here are some of the details. First of all, that white supremacist picture that I just showed you is Jeremy Christian. He, at the time of this, is about 38. He said to Demetria Hester, that's the black woman, I should have killed you, B. He was removed from court in Portland, Oregon on Tuesday, and his sentencing was delayed. This was at the time of this writing a few months ago. He was verbally and physically, Hester, the black lady, was verbally and physically attacked by Christian in May of 2017. But it took that long last year for it to get to court. And like I said, it was delayed even further because of the COVID stuff. Watch this. The next day he killed a couple of people, a 23-year-old and a 53-year-old on Max Light Rail in Portland, Oregon. So the day after he assaulted this sister, the day after, he murdered 2 other people. The 2 people that he murdered were a couple of men that were defending 2 black teens Christian yelled racist and anti-Muslim and xenophobic slurs at. So these were men that were standing up for these 2 men that this white supremacist murdered, right? It says in February he was convicted of the murders, but COVID delayed the sentencing. In the cases of Hester and 3 other black women, he was convicted of intimidation or hate crimes. Now I want you to listen. I want you to listen to this clip, okay? Thumbs up, family, while I cue this video. By the way, for those of you that are watching, some of this may be disturbing for some of you. I'm not going to show all of it. The language that he's using is disturbing. The language that he's using is disturbing, so just be aware of that if you have children. Okay, I'm getting ready to cue the video now. Explicit language, family. Thumbs up, like and share. Thank you so very much. I'm reviewing this story for a reason.
I blame the system for creating and facilitating people like Jeremy. I blame the system for creating and facilitating people like Jeremy. And then we, the community, have to deal with them. In my case, the white supremacists got special treatment from the police. The police officer Gatsby believed the assault was made by the assailant. He didn't believe me or the two TriMet supervisors. The police kept.
Now, let me tell you, first of all, the sister that's talking, that's the Demetria Hester. That's the black woman that he had assaulted verbally and physically attacked. The next day, he murdered a couple of people, right? This sister, I believe she was one of the first out of 15 or so to give, I think, an impact statement during his sentencing. So that's what you're listening to now. This is the sister that stood up. Demetria Hester, shout out to this black woman. She's the absolute opposite of the law. Miss Hester is not a member of the League of Mammies. Somebody talk black to me. She don't have that. She don't give off that energy. She don't know nothing about that. Somebody talk black to me. So this sister, that's the context of this. I wanted you to know that, okay? Keep liking and sharing, family. Come on in, because I got to shut it down for real because my appointment for yesterday was rescheduled for today, in-home appointment. So I've got to get ready for that.
I killed a racist white supremacist known to the police. Holding the bloody knife, he attacked and killed people with while drinking wine from his Gatorade bottle. And to Mr. Jeremy Christian, your mom should have swallowed you. You are a waste of breath. And when you die and go to hell, I hope you rot.
See there.
Okay, so that lady right there, she's not the people from Mother Emanuel's church where 9 of our black family parishioners' blood was shed and slaughtered all over the place. And while their loved ones weren't even in the ground, they were out there at the man's bond hearing talking about, or barely in the ground or not in the ground. They was already at the white supremacist bond hearing who didn't even ask for forgiveness and who got Burger King when he fled. And the police chilled out with him knowing that he was a mass murderer. They told him, we forgive you. I played you all the clips from one of the ladies who said that, like we told you during the Bible study, we enjoyed you. She's not of that brand. Why am I bringing this up right now? Because I want to let you know something. There are going to be some more things that are going to begin to intensify. And when more and more of them see that we're becoming more and more unified and uncompromising, the more and more they see that we are doubling down on our demand that they be held accountable, that means now and for past and present economic and social and political transgressions, that's going to further anger them, embolden some of these white supremacists. And I want to remind you, family, to be on guard, to be careful, to be wise, and to understand the times that we're in and what must be done. Keep listening. Now, after the sister said that part from the impact statement, let me pull it back just a couple of seconds. Again, for those of you that are listening, of course, I don't show violent videos like that much. And if I do, I usually give you the heads up, but you don't really have to worry about that too much with me. It doesn't go that far in the video, but the language is explicit. So if you have children, please beware. Watch this.
And when you die and go to hell, I hope you rot.
See you there, bitch.
No, hey.
Go back to Tennessee too.
What do I tell you?
Go back to Tennessee too.
You can.
We don't want you here. All your race bait bullshit.
Why?
You ain't gonna be there, bitch. You ain't gonna be there, bitch. Fucking hoes. Fucking hoes. Fucking hoes. George War. George War. I should have killed you, bitch. I should have killed you, bitch. Everybody knows you're alive.
We're in court. He's gone.
That's the stuff.
Thank you, Miss Hester.
Did y'all catch that? I want to remind you of something. With this story alone, I want to remind you of a number of lessons very quickly. Again, if you have children, there's explicit language. You all know very rarely do we ever show any kind of violence here at Fly Nubian Queen. We try to follow all the rules, and even if it was the rules, we can show some stuff. but I still cross my T's and dot our I's, right? Thumbs up, family. Like and share. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard and sign up for my weekly mastermind course at clubvicky.com. Each week I drop a spiritual jewel. I elaborate on it. You have access to me directly to ask questions in an exclusive group, VIP group, to ask me questions. It's amazing. People's lives have been changed. Join today for $1 for the first 30 days. Clubvicky.com. That's VICKI. Clubvicky.com. Somebody put Club Vicky in the chat for me. Thank you so very much. Watch this. I want you to watch this part one more time. I played through most of the part that I wanted you to hear. Now I want you to watch this again.
From his Gatorade bottle. And to Mr. Jeremy Christian, while drinking, he didn't believe me or from the police. The police officer Gatsby believed the criminal got special treatment from the police. The police officer Gatsby believed the assault was made by the assailant. He didn't believe me or the two TriMet supervisors.
Did you all hear that? First of all, the sister made an important point. And this is a part that, let's see, it should be highlighted here. When I was reading through here in the written piece, excuse me, from this Leah writer. Watch this. It says, let me get to it. Okay, listen to what the sister said again, Miss Hester. That's the black lady's name. She said, in my case, the white supremacists got special treatment from the police. Now, shout out to this sister, because all through in the court hearing, she wasn't just calling him by his name. She was calling him by his spirit. Somebody say spirit. Y'all didn't catch that. This sister is the opposite of Long. All you League of Miami members, you should be paying attention to my sister, Miss Hester, as she put it down in this particular situation. She called them the white supremacists. This wasn't a sister that was scared to death, even though she was in the presence of this mass murderous white supremacist. I'm not going to just use a technical criminal term for mass murderer. If it's over one, you a mass murderer. Somebody talk black to me. And plus, when people kill with ease like that, like this fella did, and he was sitting out there with the bloody knife and the police and them didn't do nothing, was drinking, that makes me think you done killed a whole bunch of other people too, and we just don't know about it. Somebody talk black to me. We holding court today. Watch this. She said, in my case, the white supremacists got special treatment from the police. He didn't believe me or the two TriMet supervisors, Hester said, about a cop who responded to the assault. Watch what she said. He refused to detain the assailant, meaning the white supremacist that she's referring to, the killer, Jeremy Christian. It don't even sound right to say a mass murderer's name and the word Christian on it. But then again, that's a lie. It matches. God today. What you mean, Vicky, that name Jeremy Christian matches? He deserves the name Christian because that brand of white supremacists, we're seeing it today. Are y'all paying attention? That brand of white supremacists, the Christian that would normally throw off somebody like us, the original people, we would say that you shouldn't even have a name like that. Somebody talk black to me. But in the world we're in today, where Donald Trump says he's a Christian, and white supremacist America and the evangelicals saw this man who they said, well, he's against abortion, though he paid for almost a dozen abortions for himself. Oh, we got him on audio video saying that he sexually assaults women, but he gets away with it because he's a celebrity. Oh, his first wife and a whole bunch of other victims said that he raped them. First wife said it under oath. We know for sure he's the son of a Klansman, not hypothetically, but literally the son of the Klansman, right? For sure. We know that him and his daddy are racist because even under white supremacist racist Nixon administration, the Nixon administration said that Trump and them daddy's new organization, real estate company, was so racist, they sued him. That's how racist they were. They were sued in Nixon administration. And guess what? Trump and them had to pay millions of dollars because of it. Trump is corrupt, is a thief and a liar and a bunch of stuff, right? What did a lot of the white evangelical Christians interpret him to be? A crook, a racist, and Antichrist, which are all accurate titles. No, they turned around and said, oh my God, that's a man of God. So the reason why I said, thank you, Lisa, I bless your gift 1,000-fold. So the reason why I'm saying it does make sense that this white supremacist mass murderer by the name of Jeremy Christian is an appropriate name for him. That's the absolute appropriate name for America's evangelical brand of Christianity. It matches, goes together. Somebody talk black to me. Come on in and get this brief war briefing, family. Watch this. What she highlights, family, and reminds us of, what does she remind us of? She reminded us that after she was assaulted, what did she say? She said that the police that she was reporting it to, she said, quote, he didn't believe me or the two TriMet supervisors. That was on public transportation. Did y'all catch that? No wonder you all see the hashtag that goes around that says the whole damn system is guilty. Why? Because whether it's you reporting a white supremacist, whether it's, which would be the law enforcement agency that you were reported to, whether it's the district attorney or the prosecutor that refused to do justice or to bring charges, or they do lax things, whether it's the law enforcement that's responsible, you're going to see here in a minute, and how they treat this mass murderer, whether it's the judge that's involved, the whole system is guilty. Keep listening. Thumbs up, dear family. Like and share. Watch this. She goes on to say he refused the cop. He refused to detain the assailant. That's what you heard her say, but I'm making sure you understood what she said. She said he refused to detain the assailant and let him walk away knowing who he was. Some of you may say, white supremacist America, law enforcement, the whole political apparatus, white society in general, they tend to believe that black folk are more dangerous. They think we're more violent. Some of you might say that, right? Some of you might say, like this sister said, that this white supremacist officer, she said he refused to detain the assailant and let him walk away. That's true, knowing who he was. But before that, she says that the white supremacist killer got special treatment because he didn't believe her. It's not true. I love you, my sister, but let me tell y'all something. That's letting police and law enforcement off the hook. Can I tell you something? White people know other white supremacist white people. It's not that they didn't believe you. I need us to get our language right. See, when we say they didn't believe you, that lets them off the hook. I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to let any of the white supremacists off the hook. No, baby. It's not that they didn't believe her. That's how they roll. Do you all understand that it was New York police? It was not just miscellaneous random reports from people to let the White House know and the proper authorities know that white supremacists were coming to DC to actually murder and kill people. Do you all know that there were actual law enforcement agencies that reported some of them? It came from a reliable source within Trump's administration. But this is what they wanted to happen. Stop saying so-and-so thinks that we're more dangerous. It's not fair that black folks are treated like we're dangerous or they're so scared of us. They're not. That's a lie. They didn't believe us. No, baby. It has nothing to do with that. That's called a lie. They have to project. They have to say that lie. They have to put that lie out there in order to justify what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They knew about the threats. The police that saw the man with the gun, with the knife, They knew that that woman wasn't lying. They were on code. They wanted it to go down. Shout out to you, Jake, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Jake said, that's how they roll. That's what I said, baby. That's how they roll. That's what they wanted. And they allow themselves and their kind, their ilk, to get away with it on purpose. So from now on, I'm going to need every black person to say, the police didn't even believe us. We was down there and stuff, and we told them. He saw the white supremacists sitting there with the guns. How many of you all saw the footage of Kyle Rittenhouse, that white supremacist terrorist? We saw the video footage of him carrying this big old long gun, didn't we, family? You saw him all but trying to wave down to the police and stuff himself. What did they do? And for those of you knuckleheads that's still not convinced, those of you knuckleheads that sat there and say, well, they still might not have believed him just because they see the news on, they see TV in the news and they think that we dangerous. Fool, please. The reason why you know for sure, using Kyle Rittenhouse as one example, because who's the one that raised hundreds of thousands of dollars to get him out of jail? Who did it? Who got Kyle Rittenhouse out? If they believe that, it's not that they didn't know he was a threat. They didn't see it. They weren't sure. Who got him out? It was a whole bunch of white people that bailed him out with superstars, white, famous people that put big money down. What happened after that? Kyle did not tell them, give him his new address. So I think it was a prosecutor that filed something and said he was supposed to show up to court, I think, or do something in court, and they can't find him. The last thing I read about the judge is the judge refused to do what now? The judge won't even hold Kyle Rittenhouse accountable, even though he didn't tell him where he was and he didn't show up for the stuff. Talk black to me, somebody. That's what we mean when we say the whole damn system is guilty. From the beginning, when the woman tried to report the white supremacist killer, she was ignored, right? I don't want you guys to miss how thoroughly corrupt all of America is. Christina said the police never do believe us. No, sis, that's not what I said. I said, stop saying that. They know we're telling the truth. I said they say that on purpose so that they can get away with their murder. No black person from now on is out here saying that the police didn't believe us. That's not true. They know we're telling the truth. That's why they're lying. They know we're telling the truth. That's why they're intentionally covering. Nobody black in my page on my show is sitting up here saying they don't believe us. I just corrected that earlier, did I not? They always believe us. And when you tell them the truth in advance about something, you're really giving them intelligence, because they just going to turn around and let the other person get away with it. They're going to find a way to let their fellow white supremacist brother and sister in Christ excuse me. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Before you're a murderer, you're a liar. In fact, when you read John chapter 8, the Jesus of 2,000 years ago says that pretty much, doesn't he? He says that the devil is a liar. Watch that. The father of lies. When he lies, one translation said it's consistent with his character. But what does Jesus say in another translation? He said he was a murderer what? From the beginning. Y'all don't get that. That's them playing dumb. So when you say they didn't believe me, you're giving them an excuse. They know exactly what's happening. Their own code. They want it to be fulfilled. And I just proved to you why I know exactly what I'm talking about. Because Kyle Rittenhouse, we saw the video where he was all but trying to give himself up. And even after he was taken into custody, white people put their money up to get this white supremacist killer shooter out of jail. You're on point, Miss Vicky. They're always on code when it comes to us, and they are always on code. And it's fascinating. They're on code with Trump and his wild wickedness. They're on Trump with the Kyle Rittenhouses. They're on code with the Jeremy Christians, the guy that I'm referring to now. But it's only black folk that sit up there and mad at one of us, throw one of ours away because somebody white said throw them away. Somebody white said, oh, I don't like Farrakhan. Oh, I don't like Deshaun Jackson. Oh, I don't like this one. I don't like Professor Griff. And your funny looking selves. So, okay, Nelson. Jamil Hill's funny looking self. Prominent member alum. Use a white supremacist. I ain't gonna never let her live that down until she apologize or retract and write a new piece. And beg their pardon. Because white folks was mad at black men. Jamil Hill decides she gonna use a lily white publication called The Atlantic to dog out black folk, and then she don't just dog out black men, she dogs out the black community and says that we can be culturally arrogant. Are you hearing me? Let me hurry up. I got to do a very brief war briefing today. Thumbs up, family. Like and share. Don't forget to join my weekly mastermind at clubvicky.com. Go to clubvicky.com. Listen. Hester said, she told Christian, we already heard what she said, when you die and go to hell, I hope you rot. Somebody say that's the kind of energy we got to have. Family. You can't be sitting up here talking about we forgive you. Forgiving you, telling your open enemy we forgive you means kill us or kill another one. You see how asinine and how your mind ain't right? How you possessed by something? Keep going, Vicky. Watch what the piece says. I'm going to let you look at the clip again. You saw this with your own eyes, but I'm giving you the play-by-play before I go back and show it to you again. Christian, okay, where is this net? Christian was not wearing handcuffs when he violently reacted. What I do that at? Thank you, Erica. Your gift is blessed 1,000-fold, beloved. Bless your deputy friend. He wasn't handcuffed. Miss Alice, truth, Vicky, they knew, and their goal is always to arrest us. Ask me how I know. Okay, sis. Absolutely, queen. Thank you for your gift. Your gifts are blessed 1,000-fold. Listen, y'all. He wasn't wearing handcuffs. I want you to watch this again. Think about this. Think about this. This mass murder was sitting there chilling in court with no handcuffs. Somebody say the whole damn system is guilty. And when I'm saying the whole damn system is guilty, I'm using the word whole damn system is guilty because, number one, that's a well-known hashtag. Number two, I'm saying it prophetically in the same way that Reverend Jeremiah Wright said, goddamn America. I'm damning the system. I'm declaring prophetically that it's crumbling and it will soon be no more. And you see that America's infighting, that January 6th incident, is just one of many manifestations that's happening on multiple levels in America. What is it? It was, except for that one funny looking foreign butter biscuit, bone and biscuit that was there, everybody else was mostly black, mostly at the Capitol, right? And certainly nobody black was responsible for murdering and killing nobody, right? Watch this. Why am I emphasizing that? Because America is imploding, not just exploding, imploding. That means it's being destroyed from within. What you guys don't understand when you go to saying, well, we're outnumbered. We can't make demands like that because America got the bigger guns. They got all the money, and they may not do this if you ask for reparations. They may not do that. Let me tell your funny looking self something. When you start to act in accordance with justice, when you start to move in the spirit of what's right, when you move in the universal and righteous energy, you will set a chain of events in motion that are bigger than you, that's going to work for your good. What January 6th showed you in a very vivid way is that America will be destroyed, not merely because of the doing of black folks, because we're going to go out and do what white folks always do. She will destroy herself. Somebody talk black to me. Just like her numbers are dwindling, not because black folks are taking you out, white people, white supremacist people. Your birth rates are decreasing on their own. Your death rates are increasing. These things have nothing to do directly with us assaulting you. Somebody talk black to me. You've got to understand that America will destroy herself. You are seeing America and white folks fight each other, destroy each other. Somebody talk black to me. This is the reason why I tell you, dear family, that I'm here not to just to report some news to you. I give you a perspective that is physical and metaphysical, natural and supernatural. Why? Because we, the original people of the planet and the direct descendants of the God on earth, are more than what meets the eye. Thank you, sis, for standing up. That sister who just gave that money and talked about those prison staff workers. Bless you. And I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Thumbs up, family, for your brief war briefing. Listen. This is the reason why we suggest, dear family, at all times that you begin to move in a spirit of righteousness. I've told you before, we're not in ordinary times. We are in the fullness of time. That means for those of you that says, well, what about what Marcus Garvey did? What about what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad did? Even though the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is still getting unbelievable results because his sons and daughters are still at work today in the world. Watch this. But not only that, what about this and what about that? Our elders and ancestors tried this already. What you've got to understand is all of the work that they did was important, but that was just the first trimester of our deliverance. That was just the second trimester of our deliverance. The fullness of time right now means that this is the prophetic moment where we're meant to birth. That's why we're being uncompromising with our demand that the white supremacists be punished for reparations. And for many groups that I know about, they're not even trying to level up in America anymore. I know a lot of black folks that ain't even trying to worry about voting and worrying about being a part of this quote unquote American system. Why? Because we know what's written. What do you mean what's written? It's been prophesied that Mystery Babylon, which is America, that's one of America's many names in scripture. She's styled as Mystery Babylon. The Bible speaks in algorithms. It speaks in code. That's one of the many names. Mystery Babylon, and also Babylon the Great, it says, has fallen. So ain't nobody out here tripping with no Simone Sanders in them and no Kamala Harris because they're excited to be in the White House during the time where it's been prophesied and written that this thing getting ready to go to hell in a handbasket. And it's getting ready to go that way because America refuses to do right by us. What are we saying? We understand that you use survival techniques while we're still in enemy lines, but we want you to know that you would be crazy to rely upon a system and upon a nation that God says is falling because she continues to mistreat you. So there are certain groups of us that ain't even looking at America as if she's special. There are certain groups of us that saying you better teach your own black babies. You better try to build your own black nation. For those of you that know that your job is to what? Put money to the side to help support black businesses and black organizations, because that's what I do. We all have a role in the building of a black nation and us acting as and behaving as a nation within a nation. Are you hearing me? Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, like and share. When I say we're in our finest hour, I mean that. We're in the fullness of time. That means we gotta win. This is the time where we're getting ready to birth. The stuff that our ancestors and elders did wasn't a waste of time. It was just in a different process of the gestation. It was at a different time of the gestation process. Are you hearing me? Keep liking and sharing, family. Watch this. He wasn't wearing handcuffs when he violently reacted. Watch this. But I want y'all to watch this closely, okay? Watch this video closely. Again, those of you that have children, there's some, they stop him from being violent. So that's not the part that you got to worry about here, because you all know we follow all the rules here on Fly Nubian Queen, so we don't have to worry about showing you too much explicit violence and stuff. But the language is explicit. So if you have children, beware, because I'm getting ready to play this again. Are you ready? I just want to give the mamas and daddies and guardians just a second to situate your babies if you don't want them to hear this explicit language from this. I want to show this part one more time, but I want to respect our babies. I want to respect our families. While you're doing that, family, don't forget to check out our store at shopfnq.com. There's shopfnq.com, as well as sign up for our business school at flynubianbusiness.com. Big shout out to those of our VHI folks that's in the digital building. I've been hearing that some of our people are being veiled or blocked or whatever. So I hope that we're able to get that taken care of pretty soon. Thumbs up, family. Like and share. I got just a few more minutes, family, because I have an in-home meeting that was rescheduled for today. It's supposed to happen yesterday, but it was rescheduled. So I got to get ready for that here in just a moment. Are you ready? And our beautiful moderator, shout out to our beautiful moderator, Darlene X. I love that sister. Sis, please put in the chat Fly Nubian Business, but also put for them to join our clubvicky.com for $1, our weekly mastermind. Hurry and do that today, family. And for those of you, again, that said that you wish that you could watch and catch my replay from the 2-hour webinar that I just did called The Secret Money in Your Womb, you are so blessed because you can watch the replay at flynubianmastermind.com. That's one way, Fly Nubian Mastermind. Or if you join clubvicky.com for $1, you get access to it. Get it while you can, because I'm going to talk to the staff. I do not want that available more than a couple of weeks. It's for a limited time, baby. Because that right there, I birthed that. And all of my stuff that I do, I birthed that. That's some weighty stuff what I drop. Somebody talk black to me. And so only people that's really willing to invest, that typically is a sign that you're ready to do what's necessary to make the changes in your life. And this is not for everybody. So I'm going to ask them to only make it accessible for a short amount of time. You can't record it because you'll be violating our rights if you do something like that. So just make sure that you go to flynubianmastermind.com to get it. Or if you join clubvicky.com for $1, my weekly mastermind, you can get it. Here we go.
Was made by the assailant.
Watch this.
Was made by the assailant. You didn't believe me or the 2 TriMet supervisors. The police captured, not killed, a racist white supremacist known to the police. Holding the bloody knife, he attacked and killed people with.
Did you hear that? That's why I keep telling you that the police knew what they were doing. Did you hear what she said? What did you hear what our sister said?
Holding the bloody knife, the police captured, not killed, a racist.
She said they captured, not killed. She made that point for a reason. That's how you know they lying when they tell you that they see somebody black, that they know doesn't have a gun. Anytime they try to kill somebody black, you notice how we never have a gun. If we ever do, we told them we had it and it was licensed, most cases. That's how you know they lying. She made the point. They captured, she said, not killed.
White supremacist known to the police, holding the bloody knife he attacked and killed people with while drinking wine from his Gatorade bottle.
Think about that. Just chilling. The police had the same type of mindset when they captured Dylan Roof. That's the one they said was responsible for murdering the 9 parishioners at Mother Emanuel's church. They knew they were looking for what? They knew that they were looking for a mass murderer, right? He fled. But they took him in without incident and took him to Burger King. Burger King. When the police takes you to Burger King and you're a mass murderer and they know that they're looking for you because you fled. That's a reward. That was them saying, "Addie boy." That was them saying, "That's how you do it." Thank you, Darlene, for putting the links in the chat. Did you hear what I said? You got to understand how they reward each other. That was an Addie boy. That was just in the same way I talk about you bones and biscuits. All you need is a biscuit or a bone. And the white supremacists tell you to sit, you sit, they give you a bone. Are y'all hearing me today? That's your reward. But for the white supremacists, when they kill and when they murder, the way that they Addie boy each other is when somebody reports them, they act like they don't believe them. Right? They take you to Burger King and they make sure you're not dead. Hell, we don't even know if you're really in jail or prison for real or not. We don't know if one of them white supremacists on the inside put somebody in there that maybe looked like you or told the other inmates that they're going to transfer you to another prison, and you think that the murderer is being transferred to another prison in another state or something, and in fact they in Hawaii or Mexico. So it's God that day. Or Russia. Y'all play too much. You blend in better over there in Russia. Georgia, Russia. Somewhere over there. Talk black to me. With them Caucasus Mountains and stuff. Talk black to me. Don't make me go there. We're not doing that today. That's how they reward each other. The judge gives you a lenient sentence. The prosecutor refuses to prosecute or recommends the lowest sentence. That's them rewarding each other, saying, "Addie boy, there you go, we got you." And when they capture you, what do white people do? Kyle Rittenhouse? White superstars and low on the white supremacist hierarchy, low on the rung of white supremacists, toothless, beer belly white supremacists, chip in they $2 and $3 to make sure that the white supremacists get out. And you didn't show up to court and you didn't tell them that you moved, and the judge refuses to do anything about it. That's the judge and the system telling you, way to go, buddy. Way to go, buddy. That's how you do it. Their rewards are different. They don't get biscuits and bones. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Would you listen again?
And to Mr. Jeremy Christian, your mom should have swallowed you. You are a waste of breath. And when you die and go to hell, I hope you rot.
See you there, bitch.
No, hey.
Go back to Tennessee, too.
What did I tell you?
Go back to Tennessee, too.
You can.
Did you all hear that? I want y'all to see this play-by-play. I got a couple more minutes and I got to get ready to go. Watch this. He just told her to go back to Tennessee. Shout out to you, Marlon. He just told her, go back to Tennessee. What is this white supremacist sitting there talking about where she's from and having all of this intel and this information about who this woman is? Are y'all paying attention to that? Listen.
Want you here. All your race baiting bullshit. Go back to Tennessee too. We don't want you here. All your race.
He said, go back to Tennessee. We don't want you here. Who is the we? I got to remind you guys of this. This white supremacist killer, he wasn't working alone. He's got a pact with somebody. There's an understanding where more like him, there are more that think like him. Somebody say, hello, January 6th, DC. January 6th, DC, these were not just toothless, mentally ill white supremacists that you guys can just say, well, they touched in the head. That's why they did that. No, baby. We found out that there were state lawmakers that was involved, didn't we? We found out that there was U.S. lawmakers involved. We found out that white CEOs of tech companies were on the scene. We found out that 1 out of 5 were veterans. We found out that the others were active military, active police. This is why I'm bringing this back to your remembrance. And a few weeks before that, who's that white supremacist that blew up a bunch of blocks in Nashville? Why aren't we talking about that in the news still? Who gets to blow up blocks and blocks and blocks and nobody's talking about it? It was black media members that I saw digging up the white man's picture. You blew up blocks and blocks and blocks in Tennessee. When y'all showed up to the Capitol, y'all set bombs at the DNC and the RNC. Y'all was giving it to the Republicans and the Democrats finna blow it up. You openly said you was finna assassinate Nancy Pelosi and the former Vice President Pence. Y'all was in there stealing laptops, and the girl found a connection and was finna send it to Russia so that they could tap into the was it Nancy Pelosi's laptop that was missing. But just before that, a white supremacist blew up blocks in Nashville. Why are we talking about that today? We just move on like did nobody just blow up a bunch of blocks? Exactly, higher ground implosion. Thumbs up, like, and share, family. My name is Vicki Dillard. For those of you that are just coming in, I'm typically here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. That's Vicki X Dillard, and follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki. My last name first. My name is spelled V-I-C-K-I. No double K's, no E's, no Y's. My name is not Victoria. My name is Vicki. V-I-C-K-I. It's funny how people just automatically assume your name is Victoria because your name is Vicki. My mother said you didn't look like no Victoria. She said, Vicki, it's just simple. Wasn't no deepness to it. Did no angel come to her and say her name needs to be? Somebody talk black to me. Listen. Watch this.
Go back to Tennessee too.
What do I tell you?
Go back to Tennessee too. We don't want you here. All your race, state, and vote.
Go back to Tennessee. We don't want you here. Y'all better pay attention. Who is the we? Fool, you was in prison. You was behind bars for a while. Who is the we? We don't want you here. How were white folks reacting when they found out that this man murdered a couple of people and tried to likely take out this sister? Who was plastering in the news? Who made it public that this sister is from Tennessee and wanted her to go back, quote unquote, where she came from? That means that white supremacist community weren't outraged at this trash. They were more upset at this black woman. Y'all better understand what time it is. Somebody just said, I can't believe he's not handcuffed. That's what I talked about earlier. I just asked y'all where they do that at, where you know there's a mass murderer and they sitting up in court chilling, hands free. You guys, are you understanding what I'm talking about? When the system winks at you and tell you, attaboy, that's it. Way to go. We got you. Don't worry about nothing. Are you understanding what I'm saying now? Do you understand why we're going back to the well-known hashtag, the whole damn system is guilty? The saying that's been around for many, many years, because every element of American society is guilty. I wanted to remind you of my dear sister Demetria Hester's story to look at the play-by-play of how deeply corrupt the system is at every level. And to request of you, remind you again, why you must not rely on it. In fact, why you must, in some ways, pull out from it, family, and start to make your own neighborhoods safe and decent places to live, resolving your own issues amongst yourself, healing yourself spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, so that we can be ready for this next level. When I'm talking about unity, I'm talking about unity of mind and purpose. Whatever you may say of the civil rights movement during the 50s and 60s, what's clear, even if their strategies were different, the reason why J. Edgar Hoover and the reason why the United States government, including the CIA, who tried to murder Malcolm X while he was across the waters, even though the CIA is only supposed to be involved in mostly international issues, they tried to make an excuse to say basically he's an enemy by him being over there. And it was some French and Africans that was responsible for ensuring, number one, that either he didn't die or that they snitched on America for its plan to try to murder him across the water. Somebody talk black to me. Whatever you want to say about that during that time, they all understood who the enemy was, even though their strategies for dealing with the enemy was different. That's the reason why the government of the United States was freaking out, because they was catching hell in one form or another, whether it was from the Nation of Islam, whether it was from the Black Panther Party. Are you hearing me? The Black Liberation Corps, SNCC. Are you hearing me? That's the reason why they were tripping, which is the same reason why the government attacked every single one of those organizations. There was still a unity, even though the organizations were different. They understood, for the most part, who the enemy was. And they were trying to hit up the enemy. And America couldn't even keep herself straight because she was getting it from everywhere. And again, this goes to another reason why whenever the man of sins, remember 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, the scripture says that that day shall not come unless the man of sin or the man of lawlessness be revealed. Are you hearing me? America knew she was being uncovered. That mask was being removed more and more and more off of America, right? And so they helped slow that down. That's when America begins to operate in all kinds of demonic machinations. That is to say, that's when she began to flood your community with heroin, crack cocaine, and drugs that black folks knew nothing about. That's when she all of a sudden started to do genocidal plans psychologically on the black brain. Do you understand? That raw black masculinity with no nuclear weapons and without a United States Army was making white America catch all kinds of hell. And the fire wasn't going out. Black men were causing hundreds of people to be that were murdered during that time. They were fighting in terms of justice because they were sick of murder from white America. They were sick of the conditions she was putting in, and they was tearing stuff up, setting stuff on fire. Just raw black masculinity with no weapons like America has, but was giving America all kinds of hell. Thumbs up, like and share. I got to get ready to go here in just a minute, family. I got an in-home meeting. I told you all yesterday I had that, but my meeting was canceled. So that's why I went a little longer yesterday, and I found out during the show, but I got to hurry. Be sure to catch my replay. So many of you all are tripping because some of the women are saying, I wanted to be there so bad, Vicki, to hear the 2-hour session, The Secret Money in Your Womb. Yes, it's going to change your life. The secret money in your womb, the dreams that I drop were intergalactic, cosmic. Okay? My boast is in the Lord. I know it was powerful because it didn't come from me, but I shared them. It's only for a limited time. I'm not going to allow the staff to let it stay for y'all forever and ever. Not doing that, baby. Because that in and of itself was a baby for me. You want to get the replay to watch it, have access to it. You can't copy it or you'll be violating our rights, and we don't want to go there. But you can have access to it. You can take notes. You can listen, not record, even if you're not sharing it. Go now. JoinClubVicky.com. That's my weekly mastermind for $1. You get automatic access there. Or go straight to FlyNubianQueen.com, pay there, and you'll have access to it. It's worth the very meager investment. 2 ways. ClubVicky.com for $1. Join my weekly mastermind for the first 30 days and get access to it. Plus, you get the benefits of all of my classes, many of my classes, at ClubVicky.com or FlyNubianMastermind.com. Thumbs up, like, and share. Watch this, family. Watch this.
And when you die and go to hell, I hope you rot.
See you there, bitch.
No, hey.
Go back to Tennessee too.
What do I tell you?
Go back to Tennessee too.
You can.
We don't want you here. All your race baiting bullshit.
Notice what he said. All of your race baiting BS. We don't want you here. This man knew that probably the judge that was sentencing him, the police that let him roam free in court with no cuffs on and ripped off his mask, he knew that the community he was in weren't upset with him. They were more upset with this black woman because this sister, Demetria Hester, she was powerful. She's a powerful, also conscious black woman. So when they were covering her, they were asking her questions and talking about this, she remained strong, unapologetic, calling them white supremacists and demanding that they be held accountable. That's why he said, we don't want you here. Go back to where you came from. He said, your race baiting BS. So you can imagine leading up to his sentencing, when they would do interviews with her, she was standing strong, wasn't she? She was calling out the white supremacists. And he felt comfortable enough that he knew that the people weren't mad that he killed nobody. Because the people he killed were because when he was accosting the Muslim and the black fella, the white people that just happened to get in the way to tell the man, knock it off, that's why he stabbed them for getting in the way, just basically trying to calm his funny looking self down. Are y'all paying attention? You got to understand, you sitting up here outraged, thinking that because he murdered somebody, that everybody else is outraged. Fool, these people are sitting in their houses saying, way to go. That's why he's sitting there saying, we don't want you here. Go back to Tennessee. We don't want you here with your race baiting BS. 1025 says, excellent tutelage. Thank you, beloved. I got to get y'all to see stuff. You sitting there outraged. That's why I told you I can't stand black folks that be on corporate white media sitting there saying, with all the stuff happening in America, we've got to save our democracy. What, fool? What you, our democracy? Like our interests and motives are the same as the members of the dominant society. You sitting here outraged thinking the people care like that. They don't be caring like that, fool. At home, they're celebrating. And you sitting there because you outraged. You a person that has a moral nature. It makes sense that you would be. But you're in a time where you don't get no pat on the back because you playing like you don't understand the nature of the members of the white supremacist dominant society. Vicky is not going to let you sit here and drink some Kool-Aid and play like that. You're not getting a pat on the back from me and because you want me to treat you like you some kumbaya therapist. People that come with that, you are really an enemy to black society now because you're telling white supremacist America you can keep killing them. We don't see you as special or godly. We see you in the same context of corrupt godliness as we do Donald Trump talking about he a Christian. And white folks talking about, oh, that's a man of God. We see you in that light. We don't see you as moral and upright and, oh my God, you can take a lot and you're such a precious person. The hour we're in now, we see it as treason. The hour is past. Let me finish this. I gotta finish this.
Bullshit. You ain't gonna be there, bitch.
Okay.
Go back to Tennessee too.
What did I tell you?
Go back to Tennessee too.
You can.
We don't want you here. All your race baiting bullshit. You ain't gonna be there, bitch. You ain't gonna be there either, bitch. Fucking hoes. Fucking hoes. You fucking up my whole city. George Floyd. George Floyd.
I always like to remind you of this story because he invoked George Floyd. He just unapologetically, openly murdered he murdered a couple of people. Very likely could have murdered this sister, but this sister rides Demetria Hester. She was riding public transportation, but she made sure that she had some spray and some stuff like that, so she was able to defend herself against this fool. But notice he invokes the name George Floyd. Why are you bringing this up? I'm exposing and reminding you of how deeply corrupt the system is, but I'm also reminding you of what they're really thinking so that you can stop playing. What you mean? He just said, we don't want you here. You and your race baiting stuff. He's sitting up in jail because he ain't in prison yet. Once he's sentenced, he's probably in prison. But he was sitting up there in jail watching the news and seeing that how all the white people and the reports he was getting is the white community is outraged, not at him, but her for her race baiting BS, which is why he said, we don't want you here. Go back to Tennessee. But what else did he say? What was the last part of what he said, family? Did you forget? He said, you effed up my whole city. I thought you effed up your whole city by killing people and by trying to kill me. Black family, ain't nobody sitting there devastated because you got, because you almost got murdered. You thinking that other people, you think the other side cares like that. Y'all done lost y'all minds. You guys done lost your minds. Did y'all hear him say that? You effed up my whole city. He invoked George Floyd. He meant for that to be hurtful to her, right? He meant for that to cause her to be triggered. He was not saying, he wasn't hurt that George Floyd was killed. When he saw Chauvin with his foot on George Floyd's neck, and we watched for nearly 10 minutes, 9-10 minutes, the life force leave his body, you at home devastated. They're not. That's why I keep telling your funny looking selves, we at war. When they come out in public, most of the white supremacists know not to do what he just did. But the reason he did what he just did, I'm going to tell you that, and I got to get ready to go. Watch this. Watch this.
I should have killed you, bitch. I should have killed you, bitch.
He said, I should have killed you, B. I should have killed you. Watch this. Then he said, everybody knows you're alive. Wait a minute. This woman was a stranger to him when she was on public transportation. And he attacked her the day before she reported him. And then the next day he murdered a couple of people. And the police let him go. He said, everybody knows you're a liar. He feels confident. This man is a hero to the white community where he's from. He's a hero now. The reason why he doubled down when he was leaving out, he knew the cameras was watching him. So he was making sure that for the record, that his community know he took one for the team. And I can promise you that from here on out, his books are just fine. He's living like a king. The police behind bars, if he's still behind bars, are treating him the same way these police officers here treated him. No cuffs. Chill out. We got you. They probably funneling him all kinds of cigarettes. Y'all play too much. Y'all don't understand how that works, do you? Y'all don't understand how that works. Drugs. You don't understand how that works. And besides that, if you look at even his haircut, I believe that was also a white supremacist haircut. You all know now that different ones have different tattoos. You know, some of them, even when you saw them coming out for the DC situation and even before that, right? You see the different, the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys, they have unique colors, outfits. And y'all be sitting, don't ever talk to me about no black men gang banging. Don't come to me about nothing on no day. And by the way, the real international gangbangers who commit geopolitical murder and war, they're still doing their work, and they're doing it with ease now because the lower rung white supremacists, they're taking up all the air, sucking up all the air in the room. Do you all think that the war hawks who make all of the weapons, who take advantage of the other nations of the world, who start wars and murder folks and stuff, don't y'all know that they're still at work? While we sitting up here, we're looking at this war here, they're still at work, family. No, he doesn't just have bad hair, baby. Somebody just said, no, Vicky, he just had bad hair. No, when you look at his other pictures before he was in prison, his hair was long. It was this length. So his haircut is almost completely bald in most places, and he left a spot. No, baby. Y'all know I don't play when I come to you. I do my homework, honey. This is a review topic.
I should have killed you, bitch. I should have killed you, bitch. Everybody knows you're alive.
Now watch the judge. That lady told Miss Demetria Hester to be quiet. Now I know y'all might be thinking, well, Vicky, that's just a natural reaction for the judge to tell her to be quiet. Fool, is you crazy? I wish a Becky would tell me to be quiet in the face of somebody that tried to murder me the day before he turned around and murdered 2 other people and would have got away with it. I don't fool with them Beckys. That's your slow self that don't get what's going on. At no day, at no time can anybody check any one of us. I said we are forever and always shall be uncheckable. You don't tell us who survived murder. This woman literally survived murder in a town where she's clearly being attacked and called a liar and a race baiter, while this white supremacist mass murderer is getting all kind of love from the city. You don't turn to me, judge, and tell me nothing. Miss Hester was sitting in court getting ready to probably defend herself again because he was in a violent posture. He jumped up like he was getting ready to launch at her. Yanked off his mask. And that's when you saw his white supremacist buddy law enforcement, suspected law enforcement buddies. Say, come on, buddy, come on. Put the gloves on. Put the cuffs on your arm. When somebody is sitting there, when somebody said, I should have killed you, and as soon as she finished her statement, they called you bees and all kind of stuff, and you jump up like you finna jump across the table to murder me because you tried to kill me before, and you did kill 2 more people the next day. The judge don't get to tell me nothing. The only order in the court she should have been trying to do is order by getting this killer out of here. It ticked me off because they see it as equal. I know some of y'all in your little itty bitty titty bitty white supremacists been in America too long. You crazy too, and you done lost your mind too. Where you sitting there saying, well, she had to bring order to the court. That's your sick, twisted, little devilish white supremacist mind at work too. I gotta go, family. Today's show had to be short. Don't forget, show tomorrow, same time, same place, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on FlyNewBigQueenTV.com. Sign up for my weekly mastermind tomorrow night. ClubVicky.com, ClubVicky.com. Join for $1. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Limited replay available. FlyNubianMastermind.com for my 2-hour intensive where I talked about the secret money in your womb. Brothers, make sure your woman has the money because it's going to bless your life if she knows where her real power lies. You don't want to miss it. Sis, the testimonies are out of this world and it's worth it. I don't beg people to make a minor investment in themselves. This thing is worth way more than what we're charging. So make the investment. And I'm going to make sure that the staff does not keep this going on for months and months and some months and Sundays. It ain't going down. Okay? ClubVicky.com to get access to Mastermind, $1, or FlyNubianMastermind.com. Love you.